Charlie Brixton, and welcome to another episode of Get Into the Pussy. Yes! It's 9 days before Christmas. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Are you saying no? Are you saying yes? Are you checking your receipts? Are you getting to your pussy? Are you figuring out who the hell you are? Are you telling the truth to yourself? Are you telling the truth to others? Have you stopped letting people put you on autopilot? Ooh, tell me. I'm just excited to talk to you. But all right, we're going to get to it. Because I know my topic was hot. I feel like, I don't know. Like, I know we meet every 2 weeks, but I'm just like, maybe that's not enough. You let me know. Get on my IG, getting to the GETTING number 2 THE, and let me know if it's not enough. If you want me more, if you want me every week, let me know. Well, speaking of our episode, you know what? Let me just give you my little story before we even get into the episode title. So, I was hanging out with my guy friend, and we were boxing. I have this thing where I really, really want to tire out my trainers. I'm willing to spar with everybody because I want to get so good to the point where I beat the shit out of my trainer. I mean, we're working out, but I want to get him tired. I want him to be like, Charlie, 40 jumping jacks with your boxing gloves, and I'm doing jumping jacks with my boxing gloves, and he's like, all right, now let's fight, because he does that shit, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, and I'm gonna knock his ass out by like the second round. So yeah, I'm practicing just to show up my trainer, but hey, that's how you lose weight, right? Or be victorious. Capricorn shit. Well, I'm a cusp. Anyways, I was working out with my friend, and somehow we were talking about money. I tell him, I'm like, okay, 6 figures is cute. I consider that like a birthright. I feel like everybody should have that. It should be guaranteed to you. That's the standard. 7 figures, all right, now we're getting interesting. Ooh, yeah, let's warm up. Ooh, okay. But that 8? Ooh, what that 8 do? And then he stared at me and said, there's nothing wrong with 6. There's nothing wrong with 6. You can make a life career off of 6. Women can be really happy with 6. Oh shit. Y'all, it's not my fault. I mean, he blames me that he goes to therapy, but it's not my fault. I was not talking about dick. But since we're talking about dick, so he goes on, he's like, no, I made a lot of women happy. I made a lot of women come. I mean, it's okay. I mean, 7 figures, 7. But you know, I get up in their spot. Until this day, I've married women who cheat on their husbands for me. The only one that can make them come. Now he's showing me pictures of like all of his IG girls who are like hitting him up, going back and forth with his 6 or 7, because I don't know, he knows what size he is. I haven't been there before. But he's going off, and I'm just smiling. My uncle used to say, Charlie, what are you thinking about? You're getting ready to cut diamonds with those dimples. Because I have dimples. I have 2 dimples, and when I smile, I want to say it looks really innocent, but no, I don't think it looks kind of like who the hell she's thinking about. So yeah, I was smiling, and he's like, what are you thinking about? I was like, yeah. Yo, I totally know what you mean about that spot. Yeah, I mean, that shit's hard to shake. And he's like, yeah, you're right. I know you call that guy. I say, hell no, I don't call that guy. I hit that shit first, son. Like, that was me. I did that to myself first. Once again, guys, he blames me for therapy. I swear to you, I'm going to tell you the story like in 5 minutes. Just trust me with this one. Yeah, I hit it first. And the reason why I need to tell you this story, and the reason why our topic today is I hit it first, this goes into sexual exploration, who we are. This goes into our sexual identity. Because honestly, I'm not trying to hear another conversation with a woman saying, Daddy, I need him. Like he is the only, or another man saying, I need him or I need her. This is the only person that can do this to me. Guys, attachments are so fucking dangerous. Attachments weaken us. If you're depending on somebody else to do whatever you need for yourself, for your body, you already fucked up. I know I'm not the only one. I'm so over it. Of course, everybody has been talking about good pussy, right? Poor Halle Berry. Like, she got shot out for having, like, bad pussy or whatever. And then Regina, she just turned 50. And she basically was like, oh, I think I have good pussy. That's what I heard. I'm going to tell you right now about good pussy. How do you know if you have good pussy, honestly? Do you enjoy it? Yeah. And I'm not saying, do you enjoy other people's pussy? No, do you enjoy your pussy? That's how you know you have good pussy. I'm so fucking serious, y'all. That's how you know if you have good pussy. Do you enjoy your pussy? And when I mean by enjoying yourself, and remember, this podcast is inclusive. So when I mean pussy, yes, you can have a pussy, you can have a dick, you can have a hole in the wall, a hole in the heart. I don't know. You can have whatever you want to. Do you enjoy it? And when I mean enjoy it, are you familiar with it? When you stick your fingers up in there, if you do you enjoy it? Do you know how to? When you're sweating a little bit and you want to take off your underwear and maybe just lay out on your sofa, do you? Legs open? Do you like the smell of it? Are you okay at times just walking around? Do you like the insides? Dry? Or are you moist? And y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. Do you enjoy it? Why in the hell are you asking somebody else about your goddamn body? Because let me tell you something. When you enjoy something, when you enjoy yourself, oh, I can guarantee you others will enjoy it too. That's where the party starts. That's how the party begins. I don't need you adding anything to me, baby. I'm going to come equipped. Now, let's get into the story. This was someone that I almost got engaged to. Well, I was engaged. And we were having sex, all this stuff. And he would and this is early years, he would blame it on me in a weird way. Like, oh, you can't come because you're too uptight. I know y'all heard that before, right? You can't come because you're, for women it takes us a little bit longer to come. But he was like, oh, you can't come because you're too uptight and you don't know what you're doing. So it was always me. Something that I did wrong. Or if he couldn't come. Or if he couldn't, oh, it's you. I mean, that's what I know I was doing with a punk ass. But before, I didn't know any better. So I remember we broke up years later. I was reading something about the G-spot and watching all those squirting videos. And they were like, no, there are two different type of orgasm. Now, clitoral, I know, right? Clitoral, that's easy. Put some socks together, rub it up, you're fine. But vaginal, what is a G-spot? The inside. I've never done that with a man. I mean, a man has never hit that spot before. And I remember watching this woman from Atlanta, and she was like, dick can make you slap somebody. Don't get dickmatized. And I remember saying, if I'm going to get an astronomical feel like that, I'm going to do that for myself first. I need to explore that. God forbid if I let anyone come in my world and give me that experience. Are you going to be there the next day? I want you to. I wasn't going to risk that. So I went to the sex store, of course, and I brought myself a toy with a ball up top, on top of the stick. It kind of looked like an egg. It was this long stick. And it was, mind you, toys got better. This was a couple of years ago, but it was particularly for the G-spot. And I said that I'm going to come. I'm going to squirt. I'm going to have a vaginal orgasm by myself. And I remember going home, the toys. I was like, am I going to watch porn? I didn't get into it. I didn't do anything sexy. I was watching a movie. I was watching a movie. I had popcorn. And I had fucking vanilla Haagen-Dazs. This was when I was still having ice cream with milk in it. Popcorn, Haagen-Dazs in a movie. So, and a G-spotter. So I'm like, okay. I remember taking my arm, spreading my legs. At that time, did I use lube or spit? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting way too detailed. Anyways, so I was like, I put it up there and I was like, okay, I'm just going to work it and I'm going to find that spot. And I was like, I'm not going to touch my clit. That's going to be a cop out. No, you're going for the vagina. And then I have this thing and it looks like I'm plunging. It looks so weird. I'm like, it looks like I'm really fighting my insides. I'm really fucking myself up, literally. But I'm pressing and I'm pressing and I'm punching and I'm punching. And by, I would say, after maybe 40 minutes, a miracle happened. I kept on pushing. I was like, oh, and I came. This was one of the first times when people say you can have an orgasm that lasts longer than a minute. It did. This was the first time I came, and it was over a minute. And I felt it throughout all of my body, from my head to my toe, every swear, like I was shaking. And for women, you guys know, when it comes down to how we come, we have our clitoral, right? That's a little bit, it happens 30 seconds, you're done. But it's something about that vaginal, that inside, that G-spot, something else. My whole body shook. I was physically tired. That's how you knew you come differently, because when I touched my clit, it still had sensation. Like I can give myself a clitoral orgasm if I wanted to. How cool is that, right? Dope. And the cool part about that is, I'm going to be very honest with you, after that moment, and I knew what the hell I was doing, I never had a messed up lay again. I never had bad sex. Never. Now, mind you, if I met a guy and he wasn't getting on his knees or, because I like to be saluted, I have no problem kicking somebody out of my house before we even go there. No, never had bad sex. And the gorgeous thing about it is also, I love that I'm coming into a space. I'm coming into the act of sex, not desperate on that cum, not being so desperate on that nut. Like, I have to come. Are you coming? No, because I know how to take care of myself. So I feel like I can have a better time with you. I could take care of you and we can kind of do this together. And I don't have to worry so much about, am I going to go ahead and get this? Because I know what to do. I know that spot in my body. I think that's very important for everybody. You need to know your spot on your body. You need to hit it first. And I don't give a damn if you're married, if you're in a relationship, if you're whatever. You need to know how to connect with your body and the things you like. That what makes you a better lover. That's what makes the sex better. That's what makes you exciting. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing dirty. Nah, that's ownership. I cringe when I see grown women and they're like, oh, daddy, I'm so dependent on him, whatever. It's weird. It's a thing of affection and love. But I'm like, damn, that's an attachment. When he goes, what's going to happen? And let me tell y'all, nobody wants the chasing the dragon story. Chasing the dragon, you're always trying to chase it. I do have one chasing the dragon story. I got beat with a Hermes belt. It was everything. We'll talk about that later. But but nobody ever wants that, like, one thing that you can't get your mind off of, attachment. But it makes me think about the dynamic between like women and men, or how we identify. Do you guys know the series Undoing that was with Nicole Kidman? It just came out, right, about the guy who cheated and all this stuff. Her father, Donald Sutherland, he played her father. And he had a really interesting moment. He basically told his daughter, who was shocked, like, I cheated on your mom all the time. That's all I did. Like, I cheated on her and she knew. Of course, Nicole Kidman was shocked. And then I was not shocked. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But in my mind, I'm like, what was in it for the mom? Shopping. What was in it for the mom? There are so many men I meet, and I love that I meet them from a friend's standpoint, because mostly all the men I meet, they are lovers of women. Or the men I meet too are lovers of men. Or sometimes both. It's this thing where for men, it's just this, they understand. They're like, oh yeah, sex. Oh yeah, I can go from here, and explore, and it's nothing, and exploration, and so love you. And women, sometimes I feel like we're like, oh, I have sex to prove my love to you. Or I have sex to please you. I have sex to make this weird agreement with you because I think that is what I'm supposed to do as a woman. I want to hear more women say, I want to have sex with you for that pleasure. That turns me on. I don't know, because I just feel like men are always, they know where the party is. And I would love, and I think women, we suffer, we sacrifice too much over it. We're trying to figure out where the party is. And really the party is us. Literally. I think it's just so important for us to find that and explore that. Do you even know what turns you on? Like, seriously, like, everyone, let's stop right now. Let's think. And I'm going to give 5 seconds for this. What turns you on? Think about it. What turns you on? I had to ask myself that. It took me years, and I'm still figuring out what turns me on. When I ask someone that question, they always get stumped. And they don't know. They're like, oh, could it be a touch? Could it be words? Could it be a blow on the neck? I realized that when my inner thigh is grabbed, it sends me rocket ships. How stupid is that? Armpits. I remember I was with a lover. It was one of the first times that someone ever looked under my arms, and it was great. It was really hot. But I never thought I never knew, right? Ugh, armpits, gross. But that was a pleasure point. Who would think underarms is a pleasure point, huh? But that's how brilliant exploration is. To explore isn't sex. Everybody's doing it. Everyone's figuring out. They're hiding it. Everybody's getting it in. People are responding to their pleasures in astronomical ways, baby. And it's in the closet. It's behind closed doors, but you can't help it. You had our president, freaking, Clinton, remember? Scandal? Over a freaking blowjob. Yeah, it's that serious. And you don't think sexual urges are that serious? And you a damn fool. Don't get played, people. It's strong. It's very urgent. And I just wish it could be something that's explored and talked about. It should not be all end all. Because I feel when we make things and we do a be all end all, then we don't talk about it. And then it goes into deeper suppression. And then we're doing more fucked up shit behind closed doors. And we're hurting our family members. And we're hurting our lovers and our spouses. Because we haven't had the space to explore. Talk about it. Can we all get to our pussies? And no, I'm not saying to masturbate every 2 days. No, I'm not saying you don't have... Hey, if you want to be one of those people, you can. Know your body. I'm sorry, ladies. If you're not standing around holding a part of your body, holding your breast, holding your thing, oh my gosh, you're playing yourself. If you don't know what it is to sit on your bed and lay up in the morning time and open your legs and just have it open and to feel sexy as fuck, you're missing out. Learn your body, know your body. I have a funny joke with Kegels. They always have this exercise where you tighten up. Kegels, because it's supposed to make your vagina tight. Be a better lover for the penis. Fuck that shit. You know what Kegels are made for? Yes, Kegels keep you tight. But Kegels, let me tell you, if you do Kegels, and if you do them well, you can come without even touching yourself. Yeah, now that's some boss shit, right? You can sit down after... No, don't do that. But you can sit down, no one knows what you're doing, squeeze tight a little bit and come. Because you know your body. You own that shit. You own it. That's hot. That's everything. So can you imagine a woman like that who's coming equipped, who knows what she has, know who she is, and now she's coming to meet her lover? And they hook up? Baby, that's a party. That's a woman who is now not dependent on you making her feel good. She is not dependent on you coming back in her life to make her feel good. She can truly enjoy this pure moment with you. And that's it. I love that. That's love. I think of my couples and my married couples, and I'm so happy that a lot of people, they're putting toys in their relationship and they're exploring. You need that. And ladies, get very weary of, and even men too, fuck that, we're inclusive, right? Get very weary of those men who say, oh, you don't need that toy. You don't need that. We don't need. Why? I need all you? Are you doing all that shit for me? And if anybody who feels that they're kind of that machine, look at them like they crazy. Because you're cutting yourself off from a pleasure point. Do not put all your pleasure in one person. Are you out of your mind? Don't do it. All right? Because I would love in a couple of months where I am hearing less of the daddy conversations. I don't want to hear anybody figuring out if they have good pussy. They know they have good pussy. And I don't want to see my girlfriends crying, talking about he was the only one that could do it, girl, when he hits that spot. Nah, I want you to say, girl, when I hit my spot, you should hit it first. Hit yourself first. Own it. Own it. Because when you own yourself, when you own your sexuality, when you own this, you can share it with others and this identity. And you won't be left in tears figuring it out. When is it coming back? Because you put all your power in somebody else. And I think this is what this is about, guys. Putting all of your power with someone else. Nah. Put that power back in your pussy. Alright? I love you and I adore you. And may we all buy G-Spot toys together. Well, separately. In a non-COVID space. Alright. Bye. I'm ranting now. See ya.